Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SCL0320 representing JVS. So I'm giving you guys a quick review for Gotham. This is the 15th episode, the third season, how the Riddler got his name. Unfortunately, I just watched it today, which is Sunday. Tomorrow gonna be a brand new episode. So last Monday I never watched it. I wanted to. It was just a lot going on, and just got back from Dallas, or not Dallas, but Texas, and looked at the episode, and I'm just giving you my quick thoughts on it. I actually thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't know. It was something off about the episode. Like, I enjoyed every bit about, Bruce and, like, him relationally trying to fit with, Selina and figure out what's going on with that. I love the musical score they used for Selina that they used from the daggone Tim Burton's Batman Returns. That was the same score. I thought that was beautiful. I actually was really intrigued to see what was going to happen with, Gordon and his uncle, like how this was going to work, how honest his uncle really was going to be, and if he's actually playing the game or is he being very serious. And I feel like it's a combination of both. With, Bruce, when he had that combat sequence with those guys that tried to jump him, I thought that was freaking awesome. The conversation with him and Selina, I think she's being a little bit more over-emotional, but I can understand it given her circumstances. You notice I haven't gotten to Riddler yet, but I'm getting there. Man, stuff all over my lips. I'm sorry. With Harvey Bullock and Lucius Fox, I'm glad that the actor that plays Lucius Fox is finally, getting an episode that he can finally interact and be useful and be endearing, especially since he's not able to give Bruce Wayne technology or anybody in technology just as of yet. I think what they should do is add him part of, the Wayne or the Gotham Electronics division, so they could be able to provide, maybe he can provide, like, GCPD with newer technology. I thought that'd be a better niche, but I was actually glad that they finally used him in the frontline center, because the whole thing surrounded that Enigma wanted to define who he was. That basically he had somebody inside of him that was stronger and better and could be feared, and the person that could recognize that best was Penguin. Unfortunately, his best friend he killed because Penguin killed the love of his life because he loved him, which is, I wish that they had never molded that whole like Penguin loves Enigma kind of thing. Just kept it to them just being best friends, kept them being comrades. It's understandable, but it's not their story. I think the problem that I had with this episode really was that they beat over my head that he was the Riddler. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when I think everybody, up until a point was kind of like that, sorta. I mean, I think they did a good job with Scarecrow. It's understandable. I think they did a great job with Jerome, keeping it very vague. Selina is very in-your-face kind of thing. Of course, Bruce we know. Penguin, of course, we know. So, I mean, I guess they've followed that mold, but I felt like with Ed, they could have just, that would have played out in and of itself. Like, I don't think that they have to rush him to be the Riddler right away. And I felt like this whole entire episode, as much as I enjoyed the callbacks, I enjoyed the, him leaving a clue to leave himself open, because that's how his psychosis works. There's very much so. He is, at this point, looking at this, he's already the Riddler before, there is a Batman, which we don't know if there ever was a Riddler before Batman based on comics or versus, the animated, Batman animated series. So if people going off the Batman animated series, then they would say, well, he wasn't, the Riddler before that, but we don't know that. Of course, this isn't canon anyway. It doesn't really matter. But for me, I enjoyed the bits, and pieces of him being, transformed into the Riddler. But it's just like the name of the title of this, like how the Riddler got his name. Like, I don't know, that's kind of redundant to me. I think that's kind of on the nose, just too much. Now, I did love, like, his conversations with Oswald. I thought that was really interesting. It showed really, their connection as in who they are to each other kind of thing. More so, than the whole romance side of it. Really getting down to the core nitty-gritty kind of thing, what Oswald thinks of Penguin, That's what I was kind of waiting for a long time, and they finally gave it to me. But it was like, throughout, like, okay, Riddler kills multiple different men. Why? Then he kind of like terrorizes the police officers not to kill them. But he's done that before. And it's like, I mean, Riddler's done some terrible things. I mean, it's not just this episode he's just done stuff. Like, he's been killing people. So I don't really know. They kind of lost me in the sauce with how epic this could have been. I think that's the biggest thing for me. And that's me being overcritical, but this is 3 years in the making kind of thing. Like, they progressively took their time with him, and then they just kind of put him in the spotlight for one episode. Where I think that works with Bruce, because with Bruce, you know, doing the combat training, like, I mean, he's been getting it, you know what I'm saying? Like, Alfred's been really truly training him, and now where this left off with Bruce, I thought that was dope. Even just like with the Jerome situation, as much as that was a callback to the Dark Knight Returns, you know, I could see that kind of progressing that way, you know what I'm saying? For both of their characters, without the defining name. And for him to have a defining name, I guess it's long overdue, but I just think that they could have executed it differently. And I'm not a screenwriter, so I don't want to sit there and propose that I have something better. But I think that they shouldn't have hit on the nose, like, oh, this is Riddler callback. Oh, this is another Riddler callback. Oh, this is another Riddler callback. Like, just, you know, let him act out the performance without giving the nudge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they should have left it ominous, like, whoever answers the riddles, you know, deal with it, you know, kind of situation. And he really lived real consequences, people really dying, and which they were initially, but then it was kind of like, oh, I kind of half did this because I need to know who I was, kind of thing, which is fine. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like the way that they did, you know, his origin of his name. I think that's the reality. I think it was just beat on my head too much in this episode without it just flushing out. If somebody would have just said, who are you? You know, like, are you the Riddler? You know, kind of thing. Or it came out some kind of other way. I think it'd have been better. But anyway, I give this episode 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, 7.5 or 8 out of 10. I thought it was decent, but I thought it could be so much better. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this review. Keep it locked, JVS, so we can stop. I'm about to look at the Handmaids. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.